Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today we are back once again for another evlog, another part 2. Now, part 2, after with the SRX series yesterday out in Hickory, we are heading with the Whelen Modified Tour. We are heading up to Slinger Speedway up in Milwaukee. That's going to be standing in for the Duel with the Dog at the Monadnock Speedway, which we are going to in person. Super excited to see the Whelen Modified Tour 3 times already this year, looking at a total of 5 times this year in person, so that's really awesome. But we're heading up with our Mac Anthem and our Featherlight with a Young Buck Beverage Co. on the side with the Whelen Modified Tour. Now, we've been in a little slump recently. I think we're 4th in the points. We could really use a win. Now, last time we were at Slinger, we had a horrible time, couldn't find speed. We started to blow up transmission and just ended up completely scrapped for the day. So I'm hoping for a little bit better here with the Whelen Modified Tour with updates that have happened to Slinger. I'm hoping to bring home a solid run, keep in this point race for the championship for the Whelen Modified Tour. But it's time for us to hop on in. I think it's like, what, an 11-hour drive, 14-hour drive? Let's see. Let's get that started up, reset the trip. It is, I gotta pull out, don't I? Yeah, 14-hour drive ahead of us. It should be a good old time. So let us head on up to Milwaukee for the Whelen Modified Tour for the Duel at the Dog, 250 laps, longest one that will be running there, 2 of 3, and hoping just for some success. Very, very excited about it. Thank you guys for coming along for this e-vlog, and I wish I could do the time lapses. I just unfortunately don't have the time to do so right now, and we've got a lot of stuff that we're kind of backlogged on the channel. So we are going to head off now to the track. We will see you guys later. All right, we are, what, about 15 minutes away from our destination, which we made some pretty good time getting up here. Super excited about that. And I'm really excited for hopefully some redemption here, both in the Whelen Modified Tour after the bad crash that we experienced at New Hampshire and, you know, points-wise. But also, the last time we were here at Slinger, it was a horrible experience. So I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit better. I was actually even to the point of, you know, debating about taking Slinger actually off of the schedule and swapping it out for another track, just because the setups were not good, even with me trying to make one of my own. And the AI has been so trash with Slinger. It needs some updates with the modified series, at least. Down at Slinger. But I'm hoping for... You're seeing this, so obviously it should work out if you see this, now that I think about it. But it should be a pretty good time. But we're going to pull ourselves in here and get ourselves all settled. We are the highlight of the weekend. They've got their own crate modified racing series, mini stock, NEMA lights here as well this weekend. Their Young Guns series and Pro Trucks are going to be here as well. I've also thought about doing our own little Pro Truck series using trucks, but I just don't see it happening. We've got too many things on our plate already. Got to figure out how we're going to fill those winter months, especially in the new house. But let's get ourselves pulled in and comfy. This one, I remember, this is like a really bouncy, all the way around kind of thing. Even though we're on concrete, it thinks that we're on dirt over there. So there's that. Don't crash going over the pipes in the plate. And we're going to get ourselves right over here and settled. Parking in the dirt. Nothing like it. Hometown racing all its own. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a lot of fun if they ever bring AI racing to dirt here for iRacing. We will be doing our own little dirt career, which I'm terrified of because I just don't know how to race on the dirt. All right, that looks good. I know the trailer's a little cockeyed, but, you know, we can't be choosy here, unfortunately. Let's get ourselves unloaded, and let's get ourselves set up for a great day of racing. It's only a little lean. That should be fine. It'll be fine. We'll adjust the shocks to the back and get ourselves unloaded. But it's time to unload our Whelen Modified with Young Buck Beverage Co. on the plate, and it should be a good time. I'm really actually excited for some redemption here. It's going to be a long race. That's the biggest thing that I know that's sitting in my mind is how long this race is going to be. It's going to be about an hour, but 250 laps. We are almost constantly turning. It's going to kill you. It's going to kill you, and we will have a halfway break, so I'm going to be very hopeful for that. But let's head out now for practice here at Slinger Speedway, and let's hope for the best. All right, back from practice here at Slinger. We are fourth quick. That gives me some false hope that that this is going to go fine. I don't know if it's going to go fine. I'm hoping that it is, but we're going to find out. I know a lot of teams are making a lot of adjustments here. The track's a lot different from when we came earlier in the spring, so it should be a pretty good time. But we're going to get ready now to head out for qualifying here at Slinger. 2 laps, fastest car will start P1. No redraw. We don't do that here, but it should be a really good time. So we'll see you guys after qualifying here at Slinger Speedway. All right, qualifying is done, and we got ourselves a pole! Another pole for the year. Feeling really good about this. Again, we can show our short-term speed. It's the long-term in the Whelen Modified that we usually can thrive on. We're really good on the time trial, and then we're really good long-term. That in-between, the beginning of the race, not so much. So we're going to go out racing now with the Whelen Modified Tour. There are only 19 of us here this weekend. I think actually there's technically 20. Excuse me. And it just happens during the summer months. There's all kinds of different prizes for people to chase. But I love the Whelen Modified Tour, and I'm excited to be here at Slinger, starting on the pole, trying to get a redemption. 250 laps is a long time. Let's see if we can keep the car in one piece. We'll see you guys after the race. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the winner, the redemption story, the arc. I don't care what you want to call it. We got a victory here at Slinger Speedway, which we really needed after our dismal performance at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So I am tickled to death, very, very happy for the team and myself to be able to kind of pull this off. I'd love to say the car's in one piece. The car is beat and torn, and it was bad. So let's see. We had an incident of debris that we tried to swerve and got ourselves loose coming out of one. That brought out the first caution. I can't remember if there was a second one before the halfway break. I believe it was the halfway break. We got back into the race. We went in for some changes. We got behind a lap, actually, because the pit road is so small and it's just impossible, unfortunately, because we count caution laps. So we came out on a lap down. We ended up getting into some people getting turned on the backstretch. Luckily, not much damage done to the car, just to the tires. Went green once again. There was another caution. We got back on the lead lap, right? Yes, we got back on the lead lap. And then there was another caution. I actually never heard what started that one. And we were able to push ourselves back towards the lead for like 60 laps, I believe. And we were able to get ourselves to the lead and won this race. Now, what I hate about the AI that's here, and it's just so broken, because it's a fast track, and it's a challenge. But for 19 cars and the difficulty being set on 102% on the high and 96 on the low, we lapped all except 4 of the field, which just, you know, people are going to be like, up the difficulty. Talk to iRacing on that, because it shouldn't have been that easy. You know, we had our own struggles all day, and we had a good car. We finally found a setup that worked, but yikes, man. But regardless, we still count it as a win. The next stop for the Whelen Modified Tour is going to be at Riverhead, I believe, which means we'll be going to Nashville. Don't quote me on that, because now I'm worried that I'm wrong. We're also going to be going to Oswego at some point as well, and we're going back to Thompson, actually, very shortly in August. But that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, we do try to get a video out here on the channel every single day, and I really do appreciate you guys' support with all the silly little things that we do, with all the different series and all the different driving we've got going on right now. But with that, I thank you guys so much for coming out to this one, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.